Welcome to the special episode of Emerging Jharkhand, the state synonymous for its panoramic natural beauty and its rich mineral resources. The industrial pioneer Jamshedji Tata set the momentum for growth and development in Jharkhand. The government aided to accomplish this vision in 1907. Ever since, Jharkhand has reinvented itself as a smart city with the government focusing on social welfare.
See, Jharkhand has reached an inflection point, and Jharkhand today I think is the most investment ready state. We have worked towards policies, we have very good policies, they are flexible policies, we appreciate the feedback of the stakeholders. We have done tremendous work in labour reforms, we are the mineral capital of India. We have very good human resources, very good educational institutions, and above all, we have opportunities in almost all the sectors, be it food processing, textile, leather, mines and mineral, automobiles. So I think Jharkhand is the most investment ready state today, and this is what we have conveyed to the investors. We had a very successful Global Investors Summit, which was very well attended. We inked 210 MOUs. So I think there is a tremendous buzz about Jharkhand, very positive buzz about Jharkhand, and there is a confidence among investors.
Jharkhand is also popularly known as Vananchal, meaning the wooded area. More than 1/4 of land is forested expanse. The government's mission of investing in sectors like global housing, healthcare and education has helped in creating Momentum Jharkhand.
40% of India's mineral wealth is here. 30% of the land is under forest. It has had its own advantage. So, in steel making, coal production, we are one of the few states, or perhaps the only state in the country which has iron ore as well as coal.
The state is at the forefront of growth and houses several industries. The government's vision for Jharkhand is global, and hence it wants to develop sectors like agriculture, power and food processing, which will in turn have a positive impact on its people.
Still, 74% of people are living in the rural area, with more than 60% people based in agriculture. So this becomes the template for future growth. We need to leverage on the minerals we have. If you are going to make difference in the lives of ordinary common citizens of the state, then agriculture based development must take place. So let's look at the broader things, what all the state is doing. State is leveraging on steel production, coal production. So we are looking at power generation. Jharkhand can become the power hub for the country, and the Chief Minister is of the view that this is one way to go in future. We should be in a position to supply thermal electricity to everyone, and not only thermal, but we are also looking at solar. That's one. Because of steel, there are down the line you can have all kinds of industry, and Jharkhand's traditional advantages, we've had Adityapur industrial area where you have been. It's one of the largest automotive hub in the country. Telco's presence in Jamshedpur has led to that. So we need to leverage on that also. So, and also steel production, food processing. And I'm happy to say that just some time back, Safal has set up a big plant for peas and for tomatoes. But this needs to be replicated on a much larger scale. So we need to come with food processing, dairy, fishery, and goatery and production of meat. All these things are extremely important for the state because they impact the lives of ordinary people.
Due to its geographical location, the state is home to the Chota Nagpur Plateau, the rich mineral belt in India. The state produces large amounts of copper, cyanide and iron. Jharkhand also produces the bulk of coal for India, making it the most viable industrial and economic belt.
As far as the location is concerned, Jharkhand is ideally located to cater to the markets of east, north as well as south. So in these aspects, I would say that Jharkhand has tremendous potential as a state for business.
Jharkhand state is right now poised for the development, and it is almost having 40% of the mineral reserves in the entire India. It has got a great potential to develop because basically the mineral rich states are the one where you can see the huge potential available for big industries like steel, power sector, all those things can come up there.
The natural resources in this state is so high that there is potential for overall industry growth for decades to come. We had our own business plan and forecast where we realized all these things, and if you look at the urban to rural situation in the state, there is potential for a lot of growth overall, be it real estate, infrastructure, and that motivated us to have a plant here.
In order to attract investments, the state government has developed the infrastructure of Jharkhand by launching projects such as knowledge parks, special economic zones, internet connectivity and railroad network, to name a few. Sustainable development is the new mantra for the state given its ecological cover. The government also promotes ease of doing business through initiatives such as single window clearance system, simplified operations and reduced timelines through online facilities.
Ease of doing business basically conveys that all the policy framework, all the administrative structure is already there so as to facilitate investment.
Jharkhand actually jumped from 27th position to number 3 position in ease of doing business, and that is more precisely because the government took a lot of initiative to do the process reform, governance reforms, the way business interacts with the government, the single window clearance act it passed, and lot of timelines which were decided for providing services to the citizens and the businesses in form of right to service act. So these have changed the dynamics by which the convenience for the business has increased a lot while interacting with the government.
The government of Jharkhand has conceived an investment and promotion policy which aims to establish state-of-the-art infrastructure, promote manufacturing, enhance inclusivity, foster innovation and create employment opportunities across sectors.
One thing which really stands out for me in Jharkhand is the accessibility of the bureaucracy, the speed of response from the bureaucracy. To me, both of these are exceptionally important, and you are able to access various levels of the bureaucracy, starting from the highest level to the lowest levels. They are very amenable because they seriously look at a need to change the environment, and therefore they appear to be extremely committed.
In order to produce a conducive environment for growth, policies have been laid down to boost IT and ITES industries to invest in Jharkhand. Besides drawing foreign direct investments, they will also bring knowledge-based growth to the state.
One of the priority sector where we are attracting youth to get associated is the IT sector and the startups, and we brought 4 new policies of IT ITS, BPO policy, electronics policy and a startup policy, and these policies are really progressive policy. We are seeing good response from several IT companies and many of the startups to locate themselves in Jharkhand. We are also providing a lot of incentives to them to come and operate from Jharkhand.
We'll be right back after this short break, bringing you more on emerging Jharkhand. So stay tuned. Welcome back to this special episode of Emerging Jharkhand. The state was put on the map in 1907 when Jamshedji Tata established the company Tata Iron and Steel. It was the largest steel plant during the British Raj, and the state is now a major industrial hub, creating employment for a large part of its population.
If you look at Tatas, you could actually say that in many ways, Make in India started in Jharkhand more than 110 years ago, when our founder actually located this place to set up a steel plant. And the steel plant was set up, and in the early days, it actually exported steel out from here to the rest of the world. So in many ways, Make in India started in Jharkhand, in Jamshedpur, more than 100 years ago.
Besides housing the largest steel industry in the world, the state is also home to other major industries such as thermal power, cement, coal and automobiles. Adityapur is the automobile hub of Jharkhand and a sister city to Jamshedpur. It is one of the largest industrial belts in Asia. Some of the country's best automobile units for bodybuilding and tire retreading are located here. Some of the most established names in the automotive industry are headquartered in Jharkhand. Jost India Auto Components is the latest addition to the ever-growing commercial vehicle market in the state.
In the year 1952, we started off as a ball bearing turntable manufacturing company in Frankfurt. And we have a philosophy to expand our footprint globally by having our own production locations or acquisition of companies. In the year 2005, we had the good opportunity to talk to the largest commercial manufacturer in India, Tata Motors, who provided us with a business opportunity, which was a trigger point for us to enter India.
Looking at the rapid growth in this sector, Jost India has made a large investment in the automobile industry.
We invested about 120 crores in this site way back in 2005 when we made a decision to enter. We would like to consolidate our investments basically because the market is yet to grow to the potential what we saw. But with the government's focus on Make in Jharkhand and the beautiful alignment between the center and state gives a huge potential for this region to develop.
Momentum Jharkhand has boosted the confidence of several investors within India. The SR Group has committed to invest 10,000 crores in a power plant at Latehar district. Besides power, they have also heavily invested in the development of a coal mine in Tosikud.
Well, SR Group is being one of the top 5 conglomerates in India. And in fact, almost a decade back, we have started our business in Jharkhand state. And now we feel really the momentum has picked up with the great initiative that has been taken up by the current Chief Minister, Shri Raghuvar Das ji. And the state is really poised now with a lot of commitment from the government in all sectors. Especially we are into power sector, mining sector and BPO sector. These are the 3 businesses currently we are operating in Jharkhand state.
In 1907, the enterprising Jamshedji Tata had a vision to turn Jharkhand into a smart city and develop a township for its employees. The Tata Group fulfilled his vision by setting up a first-of-its-kind body called Jamshedpur Utilities and Services Company, which provides comprehensive urban infrastructure for its people.
So JESCO, as of today, in Jamshedpur is responsible to look after the lease area, as we call it, of the Tata Steel and all the people, those who are living in here, in a way almost like the municipal corporation, but not with that kind of a definition as we normally attach municipal corporations to. We provide the utilities and amenities to all the citizens of Jamshedpur, which is almost to the tune of 800,000 people, And the important thing is that this is the model which is unique in the country, because you have JUSCO. So there are n number of services which are given by JUSCO. You have district administration and you have public on the third side. So the whole idea is that today Jamshedpur, if I can really put it, is an excellent example of PPP, which is the public-private partnership, and where the three different stakeholders, the industry, the corporate house, the government through administration, and of course the citizen, they combine their resources together to ensure that we have an extraordinary quality of life for everybody coming to Jamshedpur. So JUSCO is responsible to ensure that the city infrastructure is not only built in a certain manner, but also is maintained in the best possible way.
Jharkhand is an agriculturally rich state with about half its population engaged in farming. In order to enhance the livelihood of the farmers, the government has framed policies to advance the food processing sector. The Baba Food Processing Plant was established in 2015. It manufactures flour products from wheat and rice.
Our organization's name is Baba Food Industries. We established our plant in Jharkhand very first of all in 2004. On that time we established a chakki plant, atta plant. Along with that we established a flour mill plant also. There we produce suji, tandoori atta and these types of flour mills. That was run for 3 years continuously. That was very good. After that we see in Jharkhand the potential of rice production here, because the procurement of raw material, the paddy, was so nice here. The farmers produced the paddy here, very nice quality of paddy we got here in Jharkhand. Looking that potential of the availability of the paddy, we come to change our plant in rice production.
Jharkhand has viable climatic conditions for the food processing industries to flourish. Baba Food Processing Company is one that has ventured into the rice milling industry.
So our group is in rice and atta at present. We are the leader in rice in the eastern zone, and our atta plant is one of its kind, one of its type, which is first time in the eastern zone this type of plant has been established. So we are growing day by day, and in the rice we have our capacity has already been exhausted. We do not have any spare capacity right now. That's why we have taken one plant on the lease also. And in case of atta, very soon we think our capacity will be exhausted there also. So in the near future, say within a year or two, we are going for the expansion in atta also, for the 150 tons capacity per day, and maybe in sooner time we will go for the expansion in the rice also. There is a huge scope there in the food processing, and we are planning.
Mother Dairy has ventured into the fruit and vegetable sector by opening a 25,000-ton processing plant in Ranchi. This would be a first of its kind effort in the eastern part of the country. This venture, initiated by the company, will strive to improve the economic stability and social welfare of its farmers.
If you look at Jharkhand, it has two very big advantages. Number one, the agroclimatic zone is almost a round the year production, specifically in and around Ranchi as an area. Plus, if you look at the current agriculture practices, it is by default a very low input driven system. What do I mean by that? Basically, the agriculture practices are such that it is not very high on inputs, whether it is pesticides or fertilizers. So, therefore, the basic produce which is coming out of the farmers there is actually of a very high quality from a produce point of view.
Jharkhand's domestic tourism was recorded at $93 billion in 2015 and is envisaged at $156 billion by 2024. Due to its geographical location, it is surrounded in natural beauty such as the Betla National Park, home to the tiger and elephant reserve of our country and resplendent waterfalls. The government has augmented growth in this sector for religious, tribal and heritage tourism as well.
We have huge tourism potential, big water bodies. Jharkhand is one of the states which gets very high rainfall. So these are the natural strength which Jharkhand has. Based on these natural strength, there are huge potential areas which can be developed and leveraged to make the life of people much better.
In order to develop the state, the government has set into motion Momentum Jharkhand, where they have formed business-friendly policies to strengthen investor confidence through ease of doing business, development of food processing plants, tourism, and taking advantage of its agro-climatic conditions to uplift the state and its people. In a first of its kind, Momentum Jharkhand created a buzz amongst both foreign and Indian investors, attracting investment proposals worth 3 lakh crore. This is merely the tip of the iceberg in shaping the Make in India dream into a reality.